mugs are not functional, so we have, I mean, this works, right?
Yeah.
Right. Hey everybody, welcome to our first ever Artist Problem show. And this is a pilot. That's what makes it the first ever, right? So what is an Artist Problem show? Well, we're going to find out as we make it, right? The Artist Problem show is designed to be a show specifically for entertainment and education of artists and aspiring artists, you know? It would make more sense if we were doing a football show because we'd have a lot more viewers. But that's not what we're doing today. We're doing a show just for artists. And because this is a pilot, this is a very pivotal time, and you will have a chance to chime in and tell us what you think, what you like, what you don't like. Give suggestions, things that you'd like to see differently, things that you'd like to see added, things that you don't want to see. Maybe you don't want me, I'll get it. But what we're going to do today is talk about a problem. You know, and I've got a list of them. I've got a list of problems. And what I want to address today is something that I've been struggling with. I think I see a lot of people struggling with, and that is hair. I call it Ken doll hair syndrome, where whenever you paint a portrait of a person or a dog, it just looks like it's made of plastic. It doesn't look real, and I need help. So to help me out today is Amy Gardner-Dean. She's our resident artist here at Jerry's Autorama, also host of Jerry's Live on our Facebook page on Tuesdays at 5:30. And she's here to help me today to deal with this hairy issue. And it's important because some people, you know, might want to learn how to paint their dog or a loved one or their favorite scenes from 70s built films. So Amy, let's get started on that note and talk about, you know, your background as an artist. I mean, both of your grandmothers were artists, is that right?
Actually, my great-grandparents, both on my father's side, his grandfather and grandmother were portrait artists in Chicago, and knew people actually like Mondrian back in the early 1900s. And then my mother's mother was a kind of self-taught landscape painter that I spent a lot of time with from about, I guess, 6 months to 4 years old, drawing pretty much right from the beginning with her.
And then you took that and went to school basically for, I guess, biological design, illustration.
Yeah, I've got a studio art degree, and the intent at that time was to go on to grad school to get a master's in medical and biological illustration. I was interested in scientific illustration as far as veterinary illustration because I'm a big animal lover. But my concentration in school was medical and biological illustration and sculpture and painting. So.
Okay. And let's, you know, we'll talk about this a little bit. You know, Amy's background has led her to being, well, you breed and show Great Danes and Pointers, and you also do a lot of animal portraits. I mean, and when you talk about animals, you're talking about not only hair, but fur. I mean, there's a lot going into it. How do you find a way to capture the personality of an animal, especially when you're doing it for somebody that, you know, this is their pet?
Right.
What do you look for to capture their personality in a painting?
Really having a good background in just the anatomy first, I think, is a huge thing. And having worked at vet offices as a tech and a surgical tech, and then having that medical illustration and anatomy background with the pre-med students, I think that really helps, number one, just physically. But then all knowing anatomy, all animals are put together very differently, even if they are the same breed, because there's just, you know, random chance thrown in there with kind of how their structure is combined. So knowing that and being able to change it in accordance with each animal helps. And then a lot of the facial expressions and markings seems like really come into play.
What do you think is the biggest mistake that you see consistently when people are attempting to do this?
I think there's two things. The fundamental drawing basics are a must anytime you're working with figurative, you know, subjects. So it's you know, really learning to trust yourself on building it as shapes and their relationship to each other instead of it being that actual person or animal that you're drawing. And then the other thing is color. Some people get so hooked on it has to be those specific colors, even if it looks like it's specific colors, it's not those colors. So it's taking the real life color that's there and trusting yourself to use that, because the brain will mix it, you know, in the person's head. It may be like an Irish setter, so everybody knows that's kind of a, you know, bright kind of coppery orange dog, but it's really not those colors. There's a lot of violets and a lot of oranges and, you know, browns. So it's it's trusting that when what you're seeing and paint that rather than what you know.
I'm sure, has there ever been like a really particularly bizarre request or something for you to paint that you can think of? Putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, no, I've had a lot of, a good bit of the portraits that I've done over time have been animals that passed away.
Hmm.
And I think I had one person that had the worst photo ever of a cat, and it was very sick and very old, and like they were getting ready to put it to sleep when they took
Aw.
this one picture, and that was the only picture they had of the cat. So they gave me pictures of other people's cats that kind of looked like their cat.
So basically, you painted a cat's doppelganger.
It was, and they were just like, "Oh my God, it looks so much like him," and they're crying, and I'm just like,
Whatever it takes.
"Yeah,
Whatever it
great,
takes.
great."
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so before we get into actually painting and demonstrating, I think it's important, I'm sitting here claiming Amy is an artist. In fact, I'm claiming that Amy is our resident artist, but I just want to make sure that you're prepared to take the test.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. We're going to dive right into this. Okay, well, we're gonna take a quick cut here, and we're going to get ready for our first test. Our first way of testing Amy is to put her through the Who Said It test, okay? Amy, this is a game where I'm going to read a quote, okay? And you have to tell me if this quote is either by Pablo Picasso or Donald Trump. So, I'm just going to go through these, and, any artist should know where it came from. Computers are useless. They can only give you the answers.
I'm going to say that's Donald Trump.
Pablo Picasso.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
I always want to think of myself as the underdog.
That's Donald Trump.
That's Donald Trump. There
Yeah.
you go. There are two types of women, goddesses and doormats.
That sounds like both.
Sounds like
It really does. I want to say Trump, but I'm going to go with Picasso. He was.
Picasso. She knows
was
her
an
Picasso.
ass,
He
so-
was, he was known for his.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have an attention span that's as long as it has to be.
I'm going to say that's Trump.
That's Trump. This is good. This is good. Okay, so far we know we have an artist here. Is there anything more dangerous than sympathetic understanding?
That sounds too brainy for Trump, so I'm going to say Picasso.
Everybody here said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's Picasso.
Yeah.
Every act of creation is first an act of destruction.
That's Picasso.
That's Picasso. And
I've read a couple bios
you said,
on people
said that
before,
with authority.
So, yeah.
Right. Okay, so I think that was, I didn't even have to count in my head. Definitively, there was only one or two that was like, yep, yeah. So far, you're in the artist category. That's the point of this game, right? Yeah, to know. All right, so we're going to try a couple of different games, and the next game we're going to go to is going to be... As you know, in the art world, there are some confusing and long and difficult words to pronounce.
Yes.
So we're going to put that to the test. I've prepared a list for you, and I have a list here of different art words, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you take your words first. So I have a card here with your
Okay.
words, okay? And I'm going to have you read them to me, and I don't have to guess what you're trying to say. So the strain is to put these in. Well, and first the test is, can you get it in? Getting it out. Oh, you're like a pro.
All right.
Okay, let me see if I can guess it.
Manganese glue.
Manganese glue. No, I know that it's manganese blue. That's,
okay.
Yeah, okay, I got enough there.
Fresco.
Fresco.
Starting to drool. Yeah. Oh, this one's getting a hustle. Pyro orange.
I think that was Pyrrole orange.
Creative Mark Stretcher Strips.
Creative Mark stretcher strips.
Yes. Mineral spirits.
Gilligan's what?
Mineral.
Mineral spirits.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, you know what? I think we've learned that I am an artist. I think we should have done this in reverse. I should have started first because
I agree.
we're supposed to be testing you, but
Okay,
that was
okay.
just way too fun for me. So, all right, now it's going to be my turn. Now I have words here that you. This is your test now, okay?
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, you can hear.
Yeah. I can't look at you while you do
Look,
this.
Annie, look me in the teeth. You're here.
What?
You're here.
Granita? What?
You're here.
Oh, Sgraffito.
Aha.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It looks like angry art.
Go.
Yeah, that head tilt helps. Try it one more time.
Ho.
Quinacridone.
Ho. Like Holstein.
Quinacridone gold.
Hey!
Okay.
High end. High end.
Primary cyan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
There you go. Fix it.
Some sort of fixative, but I.
There you go.
Workable.
There you go.
Workable.
Yeah. Yeah. One last time.
Okay.
Girl hair. Girl hair.
Girl hair?
Girl.
Squirrel hair.
Hey!
I'm gonna have nightmares about this.
I think I'm gonna leave this in the rest of the time. So we've got one more game, and I think this is the artiest of all artist problem show games yet.
Okay.
Not game show games. That's different. And let's give that a try. Here we go. You can take that home with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We have selected some terms, and I'm going to have to try to guess what Amy is drawing. I mean, if you've ever played the Pictionary game, I mean, you get it. But because this is Artist Pictionary, we wanted to make sure it was a little bit more challenging than just your everyday Pictionary. So this is Advanced Pictionary, Artist Pictionary. So Amy, I have written down on those cards for you. Olivia's written down some words, and I'm going to try to guess what they are. So we get our pad ready here. All right, so Amy, when you're ready, go ahead and look at your card. That good, huh? Ready? Go. Lines. Thermometers. Bulb. Beaker. Beaker. Speaker. Beaker in quotation marks. Bulb. Round cylinder. Arrows. Shaft. Glass. Come on, you're an artist, right? Spoon. Handle. Throat.
Oh.
You're not supposed to be talking. This is Pictionary. The hand.
Ugh.
Okay, and music. Music. Dots. Looks like a Ricola. Little holes in the bong there. The saxophone. Music and saxophone. Jazz.
Yahoo! All right.
All right, we're going to go with third word. All right, so Amy, look at her word. And go. Dots, snowflakes, mosquitoes, stars, celestial, telescope, Coke. Star, shower, comet.
That's
Bow tie. Rocket ship, bikini. Bikini top, star. Sparkle, glitter. Woo!
How did you even get that?
Because you made a stripper. Okay. All right, go. Okay, we got a pouch, a whole a pill bottle, prescription. Okay, table, cheese, cheese and knife. Here's a, okay, person, vest, cardigan. No, lapel, suit. Men in black.
Why does this make sense? I don't know.
Doctor, pharmacist. You gotta check the word.
I want to make sure. I was like, God knows I'll probably get it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the pharmacist
He's
moving the
counting it.
pills. I thought he was
Yes.
cutting the cheese. I am very impressed. Like, what was it, 3 out of 4?
Do you want to know what the first one was?
Yes, what was the first one? Let's go back to that.
I don't know how you would do it. It's wobble.
Wobble?
I was trying. Yeah. How do you show wobble?
I don't know. That's your job. You've
Yeah.
proven yourself to me. You've
Yeah,
proven
all
yourself
right.
to the people. All right, let's go over there to our demonstration set. We're going to learn the proper way to create realistic looking hair and fur that doesn't come across as a Ken doll. So, if you've made it this far, you're into our demonstration portion of our video. Thank you very much for coming along and joining us for this, where I want to figure out how a real artist gets rid of plastic head syndrome, or I've called it somebody Ken doll hair.
Yeah.
It doesn't look real. And also, because this is my show, we're using my dog Bella, and I've just been informed that she's a very, very difficult dog to do because of her coloring. So I just came in here and I saw, look at all these colors you got laid out. I mean, this is a lot going on. Tell us what you've kind of got started here
Okay.
and where we're going with it.
All right. So what I've done is used a midnight blue and a Payne's gray to kind of block in where her nose and mouth are going to
Not
be.
black.
Not black. There's not really real black in nature.
Okay.
So where you're going to use that just for that really, really kind of deepest depth is in the pupils of the eyes. If maybe there's an eye, a line around it, maybe just in the very middle if you're having problems making it kind of sink.
Okay.
With painting animals, you're going for what colors they really are not. So, she's got some kind of rose colors in here, a little burnt sienna. This really is a lot more blue. It's very Payne's gray looking. So I'm kind of adding that blue for just a little bit more pop. What I've done is layered some of this. It's an Australian red violet with the burnt sienna in here. Then I started coming across with some of there's a green gray, a little bit of graphite gray to kind of give it that kind of what's called a greasy gray color in oils, kind of that look underneath. And then I'm starting to layer fur in. You can see that I've kind of touched it in
Sure.
and pulled it through.
So at this stage, even though there is more red on this, it ain't that red. So
Right.
so this is like the next layering step.
Right. The next layering step that we're going to be going to, which is going to be kind of, graying those out and bringing up the color to make that part go forward and that saturation kind of fall back.
Layering it, right.
So we're going to kind of start this in here. So it's a little bit of kind of our pinkish color. So we're going to pull some of this over. Notice I'm not just blending that like right into there.
Right. Little titanium white.
Okay. See, I'm using quite a large brush, but I'm just using the very edge of this filbert. See how that's starting to, immediately made that dark start falling back. Even though you can kind of see through it,
Right.
it suddenly is pushing that backwards and pulling kind of that lighter color forward.
I get mesmerized. I just start staring at it. I'm like, oh, my dog is emerging. Yes.
And what I'm doing, you can see that I'm kind of just
Yeah, so you're
pulling
using
this
it in a
down.
very, top down, almost like a technical pen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're kind of going very purposefully down, but then kind of lifting at the end.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, to
And
try to get that lighter
Hair
kind of
tips.
hair, and it's giving the twist. She's got so much kind of,
She's got so much business.
movement
oh my
going
God. This
on
is the business
here.
end of my dog.
yeah. Okay, see, I'm lightening that more. Notice I'm not using white with
Yeah,
these.
very-
I'm using an antique white and an unbleached titanium because there's actually rarely real white.
So no real whites, no real blacks. They're all just shades in between.
Mm-hmm. Because what you're doing isn't painting the color that it is. You're suggesting the color the viewer's going to be kind of putting this together in their head.
Now, I can only imagine just how many layers and how long it would take to create this. I mean, really what it does is it gives you an appreciation for those artists that do take the time to do these, really elaborate animal portraits or even, portraits in general. The recipe is, patience, paint, and I need another P word. Practice is the other P word, and keeping it moving and layering it.
Okay, and I'm kind of browning this out because she's got a lot of, see, I can check that against the color. I'm not really checking to make sure it's the exact thing. I'm just trying to make sure it's close enough. And I'm not so much doing like single hair. I'm just trying to kind of suggest the hair flow and direction.
So what's the end game here? As it starts to come together, I'm curious, if you keep layering it, you keep getting it, I mean, eventually,
You're going to keep doing that layering.
Oh, look at that.
You're going to start going into some single hairs in some spots only to suggest that bringing it forward so that you're giving a 3D look. So it's just going in and kind of layering a little bit more light hair.
And there's a trick that your eye plays. So by giving the suggestion of a few strands of hair, it really does help the eye just assume the rest is all hair or fur.
Right, exactly.
Very nice. So yeah, you can just see how just a little bit more can take it to that next level. Well, thank you so much, Amy. I mean, this is really great. I mean, now we got a little portrait of Bella's face there. That's going to go in the refrigerator. That's right up on the refrigerator. If you want to learn more from Amy, because Amy's got a lot to teach, you can find her on the official Jerry's Autorama Facebook page during our Jerry's Lives, which air at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook.
On Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays. Did I not say Tuesdays, every Tuesday. And, I think, every week it's a new topic. We have done oil mediums, we've done pastels, we've done all kinds of fun stuff, and we're going to continue to add stuff on there, and it's a great time to interact with Amy and hear directly from her. And sometimes I make a few guest appearances and continue to let everybody know how much I still have to learn. So I appreciate you sticking around for this learning experience for me. I certainly have a much greater appreciation for what it goes into creating realistic looking hair and fur. And I also like you to remember to follow me on Instagram at Mike Not Jerry. That's right, where you can continue to see other things besides the craziness I post on there, my sad attempts at artwork throughout my various days. So there's all kinds of stuff on there. But this has been our first Artist Problem show. This is the pilot. This is your opportunity now to chime in, put your comments below, things that you like, things that you didn't like, your suggestions, things you might want to see, things you might want to see less of, things you might want to hear less of.
Yeah.
Zip it. So thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Yeah.
Yeah, yay.
Yay. Goodbye.